Okay, welcome to another edition of Lion News. Lion News can be found at lionnews00.blogspot.com. Today is Friday, January 28th, 2011. Alright, what are we going to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about this flyer right here. Okay? And it talks about when you're confronted by a cop, you should always demand to see a judge. Alright? Okay, now there's multiple reasons why you want to not talk to the cop, okay? And why you want to talk to the judge. The first one, okay, here, let's go through the reasonings right here, okay? It says, why do you want to speak to a judge? Anything you say can and will be used against you as evidence and as a psychological weapon against you. Why discuss complex legal issues with a cop who has an average IQ of 104? 3. The courts are presumed to be always open, so make sure they are following the law. Okay? And then here's the federal law, USC Title 28, Part 1, Chapter 21, at 452. Courts are always open, powers unrestricted by expiration of sessions. Okay? And then that's the federal. The state law has to be in compliance with the federal law. So here's Minnesota Statute 484.07. This provision shall not prevent a judge of the court, of such court, from exercising jurisdiction in any case where it is necessary for the preservation of the peace and the sanctity of the day or the arrest and commitment of an offender. Okay? Now you remember from the newspaper article in the West Central Tribune, right here, March 14th, 2007, that's why the old judge here was placed under arrest, because he refused to have his court open pursuant to state and federal law. Okay, this is, even in the newspaper, the county attorney says that I was under arrest, so they had no reason to take me to a judge. All right. The only problem is they were misrepresenting my arrest as a detainment so they could illegally interrogate me. See? And then when I brought that up in court, old crooked Judge Spilsa, he didn't like that. So he had to make sure I stopped getting on that line of questioning there. See? So he knew I knew what he was up to there. I mean, it was a crooked court from beginning to end. See? They have no problem violating your rights because, like I said, they misrepresent your status. They know you're going to be under arrest, so they're required to read you your rights, okay? But they just make it seem like you're just being detained. They could let you go. No, they had no intention of letting me go. I knew that, okay? So they had to read me my rights, but instead they started asking me specific questions related to the case, all right? Well, remember, like I said, old Boyd Beckwith, he's all for the rule of law? No, he's all for Boyd Beckwith's rule of law. Same with old crooked Spilsa. He just makes up the law from his bench. All right? So, we go back to this flyer here. It says, right here. There's no such thing as an innocent question. There's no such thing as a valueless statement. So that's why you don't want to be talking to this cop. Because even on my YouTube channel here, I have it. Let's see, where is it at? On my channel page, it says, police officers' reports sometimes omit essential information, and follow-up investigative interviews by prosecutors frequently fail to discover it. Why? Because they manufacture their stories. Okay? I mean, you can have a police stop or an arrest and get the police report a few days later. It doesn't match anything that what happened. Okay? So that's why it's important that when you get stopped by a cop, you demand to see a judge, okay? Because for one thing, you're saying, hey, I don't trust this cop here, all right? Because he's got an average IQ of 104. Remember, that's this flyer right here. Proof. This is from a actual court case. Actual IQ of a cop is 104, which is 2 points above average intelligence. So why you want to be wasting your time talking to him, all right? Plus, you have a right to see a judge. Okay? So you want to prevent them. Okay. The whole idea is you don't want them to have time to concoct a story. All right? That's really what we're getting at here when you demand to see a judge. And if they refuse to take you to see a judge, well, now you have a reason to, like I said, place the judge under arrest because he violated your rights because, his court wasn't open. Like I said, like state and federal law says it's required to be open. And again, we want to lock him into a story. How do you think I got old perjurer Tom Larson stuck in, got him in trouble with this thing? Because when they told me I was supposed to leave, I knew I wasn't violating any law. I had every right to be in there and hand out legal information. But see, they wanted me to leave so later on they could send me something after they've concocted a good story, and then press charges against me. No, I wasn't leaving. I was going to force them to lock themselves into a ridiculous story, which of course it was. Okay? And then I just beat them over the head with the ridiculous story for, ever since. And then the idiot got up on the witness stand and lied, along with the other perjurer there. There was 4 people in the room. He only took witness statements from 1. Okay? He's supposed to take witness statements from every single person in there. He's supposed to try and interrogate me. See? But he didn't even do that because he already knew he was going to concoct a story. Okay? So, let's show you, again, this is a TV generation. No one believes that courts can be open, at night. Well, here is a show from the 80s called Night Court. Okay, it deals with people they arrest at night and they bring into court. Here it is. Okay, that's enough of that. Alright? And here's us demanding to see a judge. And what do the cops do? Well, they're just going to ignore it. You know why? Because they couldn't do a thing to us because they're just harassing us. If they had a legitimate beef, all they had to do was haul us into court. But the thing is, they had no probable cause to harass us. See? And that's the thing. You want to lock them into a story. What are they going to do? In front of the judge lie? I'd love to have them lie. Beat them over the head. We got the video evidence.
I already talked to your captain. I think you better talk to your little buddy captain right there. Well, you know what? I demand to see a judge.
I demand to see your ID.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Well,
I already talked to your captain.
For you too.
Yeah, good.
Good.
You're in private parking.
See? Didn't want to take us to see a judge, and later on he goes, "Oh, the court's right over here." He points over the building over there. All right? Here's another example. This is in the sheriff's department. Same thing.
What do you harass? I don't want harassment. I don't want harassment. That's what I don't want. I want to talk to a police officer. See where this guy's going? That's where I want to have a police officer come out of this little door here, and I want him to come here.
Isn't it a logical thing? Can Amy allowed to talk to a cop or not? Well, I don't know.
Well, you know who I am, so how come you don't know who he is?
I'm just asking if you're John or not.
Well, he doesn't have to answer who he is.
Actually, he does.
No, he doesn't.
And is that your name, John? Are you John?
Well, John, do you want to go see a judge? Because he must be saying that you're some sort of criminal.
Are you here for a complaint too, or is
He's my witness.
See? Again, he has no intention of taking in front of a judge because he knows he's just sitting there harassing him. Harassing both John and I. All right? So, again, we'll go back to TV land here. Okay? This lady's going to get a ticket. She's going to demand to see a judge.
And I'd rather discuss this with him, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
You?
Deputy 5, what's the charge here?
Doing 70 and the 45 miles.
See, there you go. All right? Andy took her to see the judge. Andy was the judge. Okay? So that's what I'm getting at. Again. So, what you want to do is demand to see a judge. If they refuse to take you to see a judge, you got a legitimate complaint. All right? You can certainly file one with the Judicial Review Board and especially tell the public that, the judge is such a crook, he refused to have his court open. See? I just happen to, be fortunate to have a crooked newspaper here that wanted to publicize mine. It even publicized the judge's arrest and resisting arrest. I mean, it was so nice of him. March 14th, 2007, West Central Tribune. But like I said before, don't count on them ever doing this again in Minnesota, because I'm the only one. Because I've beaten them over the head with this over and over again. All right? So what you want to do is make sure that you demand to see a judge. Because why do you want to talk to some low intelligent retard with a badge and gun that's got an IQ of 104? Okay? You don't. See? They're professional liars. So there's no reason for you to want to talk to them. See? They're just a professional crook with a badge and a gun. Okay? So you don't want to talk to them. You want to talk to someone who's a lot more intelligent. Someone's got a law degree, like a lawyer or a judge. So they can make stupid statements. So you can get them, locked down into stupid statements and use that against them with the public. Because that's what these people fear, is exposure. Because like I said, flyers, bullhorns, videos, expose these crooks, and that's the last thing they want. Okay? So, thank you for your time. Demand to see a judge.